Hi, in today's video I wanted to show you how I clip my poodle, and this is just one style that I do. She isn't clipped yet, so I'm going to be showing you that, but basically in the summertime I had her body shaved down and I left some pom-poms at the bottom of her legs, and some call this the clown cut, the circus clip, or the summer clip, or there's other names for it as well. I don't really name my clips, I just kind of do whatever, because poodles are so versatile. You can do anything you want with their hair. I mean, groomers are making them look like buffaloes and all kinds of characters, right, with their hair. So it's only hair, it does grow back. So, but today it's winter time, so I'm going to leave her body longer, and I still want a little bit of hair on the bottom of her legs. Now I've already clipped her feet, and so I'm just going to do the rest of her body. Her face was done just a little while ago, her face and the base of her tail, but needs to be redone, and just her top knot tidied up there. So basically what I want to show you here is her body and the bottom of her legs. Alright, are you ready, girl? Alright, so before I turn the clipper on, I just want to show you how I hold the clipper. I'll be using my other arm though, because I'm right-handed, but just to show you so my arm isn't in the way. You're going to hold the clipper kind of flat against the skin. You don't want to be, you know, going like this and pushing in those little sharp edges into the skin, right? So you want to be laying this like that. So it's going to do all the cutting and it's going to come off. So you're just kind of gliding it right across the body from the withers, and I'm going to just go right across to the top of the tail. So you can always make your first cut, and then after you clip all the hair, you just go over it again to even it all up. So then I'm gonna just, I did that part, and then what I do is just kind of turn the clippers, and I'm just gonna go right down the sides. Now I just have to adjust my camera so you can all see, but I'm just gonna follow the body and the rib cage. I'm not gonna glide off. I'm gonna follow it right around, right to underneath her tummy. So you can see the length I was going to leave. It's really plush, it's really nice. It's a nice length for winter. I mean, you could even do it longer, but I like this length because it'll last me a little bit longer instead of having a clipper every few weeks or whatever. Alright, so I'm going to continue clipping. I might do it a little bit and fast forward so I can get it done, the video done quicker. There, and when you get to the belly part, you can just take your clippers, in reverse. If it's a male dog, you want to watch out for his, private part there. I'm not going in the groin area yet. You don't have to do it in reverse. You can do it the other way, but reverse is more cleaner, and it'll give you a nice, a nice line across here. And then again, at the end, I'm going to be going over her for any stick outs. So you just want to make the underline really nice and smooth. And another tip, you can use a shorter blade here just to, give her a little bit of a waist or make it shorter, because there's still a lot of the hair there, right? If you want to make her, look, I guess, slimmer or more shapely. Alright, for the rump here, I'm going to be taking everything off. Even, under her tail, I'm going to go there and on the insides as well. Just using the same size attachment that I was using for her body. Because I'm going to go right down to where her pom-poms would start. And then again, I'm just going like this. I'm following, like I'm keeping this flat and just following her, curves in her legs, getting all the hair off. so I'm going to stop about here. This has to grow here a little bit. Well, it might look good once I finish. So for her front, I'm going to come down her shoulders right to the top of the pom-poms. And also be careful of the elbow here. This is a lot of loose skin here, so you really don't want to, come with the clipper and clip right here. You're going to cut that open. So always be aware of loose skin anywhere, like under the armpits, the flank area. There's a lot of areas that are loose and it can be easily cut. I don't know where they are, so I just keep clipping. But for those of you learning, be careful with that area. When you're clipping the area here, you can also lift up the leg. Sorry, I can't get that angle for you. I'm just cutting on the undersides and being careful of the armpit. You can stretch the skin, so the skin is being stretched, and you can even see the skin, so be very careful. And what I like to do is I like to get my shorter blade, which is a basically number 10, and I just trim in there lightly because there's always hair that sticks up in there. There we go, girl. Alright, so now for the palms. I could sit there, comb it and scissor it and scissor it, scissor it, scissor it, but I'm not going to do that today. I want to show you a quick way by using your comb attachments. I put a longer one on here. This is number E. It says cut equals 1 inch. But I find it leaves it longer than that, depending on how you use it. If you go backwards, it's shorter. If you go with the growth, it's longer. So I'm just going to trim this cuff here. I'm not going to take too much off in the back, because in the back I want to kind of round it off. But let's see what this looks like on with this length here. Alright, so she's comfortable holding her leg like this. She might pull and pull it back, so hopefully I can get this on camera. But I'm using the longer snap comb, which is the letter E, and it says cut equals 1 inch. So I'm going to take off the front. And the sides. Not much of a pom-pom's going to be left. Oh, well, I didn't want much hair anyways because it's snowing out and she gets snowballs all stuck in her hair. I might even just cut this off after I show you. But yeah, as long as there's a little bit on the bottom. I like a little bit on the bottom. So basically, see, there we go. If her coat was shorter, like all over, this would look longer. Alrighty, so let's see what that looks like. It's still long at the back, but I'm gonna do a cuffs first and see what it looks like after that. Alright, so a quick way to do cuffs. I have a video on it, but what I'm gonna do, this is my 5-in-1 blade by Wahl Bravura. I love this clipper so much. Anyways, it has 5 different settings. It has 9, 10, 15, 30, and 40. So I'm putting this on the 40 size, and I'm going to show you how I do the cuffs with this 40. I love it. It's easy and it's quick. So I'm just taking my 40 and I'm going to hold it like this backwards, right? So I got the clip-in blade and I'm just going to cut along there. And careful, of course, not cutting the skin. Now I don't want to cut it too high because she'll look like she has floods, so I can just start off by doing a little bit just to see where it ends. Yeah, so I can go closer. I'm just basically touching her skin gently. It doesn't, you know, cut her or anything like that. But look how much I got off just in a few seconds, and if I wasn't talking, it'd be done in no time. So I'm gonna go a little higher. And since that I'm holding all the hair down, you know, it makes it longer. So when I let go, hopefully it'll look good. If not, oh well, it'll grow. But anyway, this takes practice. I practice on my dogs all the time. It's just another technique. It's another technique on how to do the bottoms of the cuffs. And it's great to know different techniques, right? Because one might work for you while a different one works for someone else. But I love this. Let's see what it looks like. Look, I just used my scissors and I just went around the bottoms of the cuff, and it was a lot quicker than having to cut all that hair that was there. I used the number 40. Just cut it off and then just finish with the scissors. I'm just using my little straights here, just trying to create an angle. Now the reason I didn't clip the back part is because I just want to leave a little bit of my hair. A little bit of hair here. She's more sparse back here. So what I'm going to do is just comb it up. So I don't think there'd be much of a pom-pom left unless I cut her hair shorter on her body. But anyways, not really pom-poms. I guess it's just more of like a flare on the bottom of her legs. So I'm just going to blend this in actually. So basically, because she's not really short on her body, you're not going to really see a line, you know, where it stops and then you've got the pom-poms. So what I'm going to do is just kind of blend that in and just give her a little bit of a flare at the bottom. Let's see, girl. Yeah, so maybe like that. And just trim that up a bit. Around. I'll come back to this after. Yeah, I'm gonna fix this up. Once I do the other side, it'll look better. I think there's too much hair in the back of this. Alright, I'm gonna clip her back cuffs. I'm just bringing everything down using my 40. Lots of hair. Alright, I'm just going to quickly go around this. Now I'm going to clip it with the number E. I'm going to do the sides, and for the front I'm not going to go right in because it'll go in like that. I want it to be more straight. So I'm just going to skim over that. I'll get that with the scissors. And the back as well, because I don't want that to be flat. So I'll just do the sides and a little bit on the front. going to scissor it. I'm actually just going to let it blend right into the leg hair there. There's no line. It'll take a while to curve this. In the back, I just want it to be a little bit of a flare here. So that's why I didn't use the clipper. Comb everything up. Up and out. The back here, you can lift it up a tad. I like to lift this up, you know, make it go upwards. I'm just going to round it up more. The other side looks okay. Now just remember, the camera's in front of me, in my way, so I can't really do the most fabulous job unless the camera isn't here. But I always fix them up at the end. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to clip her under her, all this on her chest and under her ear, like from under her ear all the way down here, and I'm just going to leave the crest, which is behind her ear here, and just running down her neck. Alright, so I'm using the same blade or the same comb attachment that I used on her body, which is a number 1. Alright, so I just want to show you where I leave the hair on the back of her neck, because when I do her top knot, I like to leave a little bit of hair here to blend in with the body. You can, you know, end her top knot at the base of her skull and then clip all this off, but I personally don't like that look, you know, unless the dog is totally shaved. On my dogs, I like to have this, like some people call it a crest, I just call it neck hair, and it could be longer, it could be shorter. You can kind of leave whatever length you want, and it does depend on how long you leave, you know, the hair on the body, right? And sometimes you can leave a nice, big, huge hair here and blend it in. But anyways, she's just a pet clip. I want her short, and so what I do is I start at the back of her ear here, and I just create a line right here to behind her shoulders. So I do that. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. I think. Anyways, right here. So I do that on both sides. I leave that, and then when I do her top knot, when I trim it, I trim her top knot, and I trim this down, and I blend it inside. So what I do for a top knot, now there's many different ways you can do top knots, and sometimes there's, you know, you make a divide here, divide between the ear and the top knot. I'm going to be doing that today. So basically I'm just going to follow what I did before. Usually I'll just hold the ear in my other hand there. And so I'm just going to show you briefly, because I really got to stand in front of her to do this. When you lift up the ear, or you see the ear here, you want to start your line from the corner of the eye, from the outside corner of the eye right here, and you want to go across. Right, so see, if you put it way up here, you're going to go like this, it'll be up here, it will look really funny. So you just kind of want to follow that and go across to where the ear is. Alright, so just like envision that I trimmed her top knot. This is blending into her back, into her shoulders. Just comb everything up. And then, you know, I created the line here from the back of her ear right into her shoulders. And then what I do is when I finish her top knot, I just blend it right into the shoulders there. So it just looks like one piece. And it looks nice. And like I was saying before, you can make it any length you want. See, if I leave her top knot, you know, pretty long, this will be longer. So the shorter the top knot, the shorter this will be, because you don't want a huge crest with a short top knot, right? You want it to match the top knot. So if you got a big one, you want a bigger crest. So that's how I do that part. It just looks more like elegant or fancy. It makes the poodle, you know, poodles are more like curvy dogs, sexy dogs, and you know, it makes them look more nice. So if I lifted up her head, you know, you can see where there's too much, right? So if you get them to hold up their head, it'll be much better. And then sometimes what I do is let them walk around and they can see, and then just re-clip, right? Just always fix it. More like that. Okay, stay. Alright, so here she is. I finished her up. I finished her top knot. And yeah, we gotta get some water and a cookie, right? Cookie? You want a cookie? Oh, cookie. So I did her body with a #1 attachment. And her legs, you know, I was gonna leave pom-poms, but it doesn't really turn out to be pom-poms. But that's okay. They don't look too bad. They're just a little bit longer on the back. And this one, actually, I might just fix up just a tad here. There. I didn't want her legs like super skinny at the bottom. I never trimmed her tail. It's really bushy. I did the shaving though of the base. Let's see what you look like from the front. Not too bad. What do you think? I mean, she had a lot of hair. So they're kind of like fuller at the bottom. I know I see some areas where I can just kind of stay there. Stay, move your ears. I can kind of just, you know, fix up a bit. I'll fix her up later when I have 2 hands. But anyway, she turned out pretty good compared to what she looked like before. So anyways, it's a nice clip. If you want to give it a try, just basically use a comb attachment on top of a 30 blade to leave the bottoms of the legs longer than the top instead of scissoring all that. But you might like scissoring and it will be quicker scissoring. And I like using the 40 blade on the cuffs, and that's really a time saving there. And look at your ears, how long they are. I don't know, I don't like to cut the ears. I like long ears. Right? I've already cut them once, but they grow. Let me see. There we go. You look like Shear. Anyways, it's a really long video. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you'll see more grooming videos like this one. And check out all my links down below in the description. I have lots of other grooming videos. There's a poodle playlist, anything you want to know, about grooming wise, about poodles or any other breeds that I have a playlist of. And I like to share what I know with you. Alright, you want a cookie? To go pee-pee? Do you want a drink of water? Alright, you ready? You want a cookie? Let's get a cookie.